and welcome to ep2 today. Today we are working on this. This is a T4 transporter. It is a 1.9 TDI, one of the old schools. No common rail on this thing. This is direct injection. What we're doing on this today is, unfortunately, it's got a sump gasket leak, and when you corner with the car, the oil splashes up the one side of the sump and then leaks out round the crankshaft, the large crankshaft oil seal. Reason being, when the engine was built, they didn't put enough gasket sealant around the edge of the sump around here. So there was no gasket sealant around this point, this point. So all that happened is when it was first built, it was nice and tight. Then over a bit of time, through movement, it just sprung leaks, and then it started leaking all down the side of the actual around the side of the I can't think tell. Around the side of the bell housing. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. So you can see at the moment. It's nice and clean in there. I'll flush that sump out, so you can pretty much eat dinner out there. Got to make sure you do that every time you take a sump off, because these are really renowned for getting like gook in the sump. So you get like a build up of sludge, and then it clogs up the actual strainer in the oil pickup. So I'm on that, and Chris over here, Chris is repairing the rear wiper mech. So as you can see, he's cleaning this up, polishing this all up, and the mech's here. He's been cleaning all the bush out in there, getting it all moving again. Reason being is the moisture travelled down the stem and then seized the mechanism, so the wiper just stopped working. We tried to actually buy a mech, but all they literally sold was the motor part, which was this bit, not the actual bracket and not the spindle, which is no good. So there's no point spending 100 quid on the bit that actually works. So, so that's what we did. So now I want to show you how I got the sump off. So I might do that now. I'll quickly go down underneath the motor, and I'll show you what I had to take off to actually get the sump off of this. It's not a bad little job, just messy, really. So let's have a look. Here we are underneath the motor. I've already cleaned the actual mating face up, cleaned all any old gasket that was there, washed that all away. To get this actual sump pan off, what you have to do is the oil pump, the power steering pump, which is this thing here, sits in the way and hooks around this corner of the sump. So you have to take that off, and it's held on by 3 6mm Allen key bolts. You have to take the plate out, the baffle plate, which sits down here behind the flywheel, which is the flywheel plate. You have to take that out as well. And then you need yourself, I think it's like an E30 Torx drive, long reach one if you can, to try and fish these bolts out under here. They are a proper headache to get your hands on, if you know what I mean. Other than that, it's not too bad to come off. The other thing, when you come to do the sump, what I normally do is quickly wash around the edges with a bit of brake cleaner, just up in here, around here, which stops the oil from running down over the actual cylinder face, over the block face at the bottom, which will stop the actual gasket taking very nicely. So I'll give it a little quick wash up. You can already see there's some oil transferred and running down around the side of the actual casing a little bit, so I need to deal with that anyway. But other than that, yeah. So what I'm going to do with this today, though, so what I'm going to do with this today anyway is I am going to actually glue this sump on. Now you've got to be very careful when you do this. It is best putting the sump on without any sealant and just try to put a little bit where the joints are, but I don't want this thing to leak, so I've got myself a bit of L-ring Durco, very nice bit of sump gasket sealant, and I'm going to run a really fine bead all the way around both sides. You have to be careful, because you don't want to go putting loads of sealant on, because what will happen is it'll ooze out around the inside, it'll fall down in the sump and clog the strainer. So very small amounts, nice continuous bead round. I need to put a bead actually on the actual sump face here, and then I need to then stick the gasket to it, and then once I've done that, I will then put another thin bead, probably about a 2mm bead all the way round, and then I will juggle it down into the pit, and I'll fish it up and bolt it back on. So that's what I'm going to do now anyway. So here we go. go bond it on. What I'll do, because I need to fish it up nice and gently, and I've got to get this thing bolted up, what I'll do now is I'll go fish it on, and then I'll start filming as I'm bolting it up. Right, our sump's now on. Bosh. We haven't torqued it up yet. I've literally just put it on. I put it on, then you make sure you do put every nut in before you actually even do it up finger tight, because you need to float the sump around to find the holes. So put them all in, screw them up, finger tight, back it off a little bit, do that the whole way round until it's on, and then when every bolt is in and you've got no empty holes, then you do them all up hand tight. And now I'm going to finish it off by torquing this up, and it's supposed to be done up to 15 foot-pound. That's it. And work your way round, like bit by bit. Ooh, look, sockets over there. So don't just go in a circular motion. Pick a bolt and try to go for its opposite. Oh. Careful in the end plates, because the end plates are aluminium and they have a tendency of rounding out. Yep. But do not over tighten them. Cool, I got it. Got that one. Oh yeah. Yeah, got it. Got them both. That's it. Banging. That's
all for the job.
Yeah. That one. And then make sure we get this one as well. Oh, it's all falling to pieces, my little creation. So, find the bits in the pit of blackness.
I could add that just went back on.
Yeah, so that's that. That's sweet.
Is this wound off?
No, unwind it. Obviously, don't unwind it till it falls apart, but I had one bloke with me once and he undone the back of my ratchet and he literally exploded in loads of bits. And I was like, yeah, you unwound that a bit too much, mate. I was like, thanks for that. Thanks, mate. Now it's getting this power pump back on.
You just want it at the bottom of both scales?
Yeah, yeah.
Probably worth doing a video on that.
On what? Yeah. How not to destroy your torque wrench.
But is it just to the bottom of the scale or so you feel no spring?
Just till it goes like sloppy.
Gotcha.
So you just like, yeah, perfect. There you go. Bum, bum, bum. Right, time to put on the power pump. If we can find the hole, man.
Yeah, oh.
I think I've got it. Yes, that's it. Got it. Right, yeah. So, we've now got to find a bolt for this point here, rather than the Allen key that was in it originally, because when you actually come to get this out, there's an Allen key bolt in here, and getting access to it is pretty much impossible because of the drive shaft output here. So we are going to change this now and go find ourselves a nice 13mm bolt to take its place. So let's go fish a bolt out from somewhere. Nice and tight. There we go. Boom! Sub 2. Do that back bolt up now. Added a nice little 10mm headed nut. Well, 10mm headed bolt for that bit. So perfect. That's a 9, is it? It's got it in between. Nope, it's definitely 10. Nope. Oh! Right, that's tight anyway. Right. Boosh. Boosh.
Do a little update to the video.
I have, it's on.
Oh.
What are we doing now? So that's all that. That's that.
Volkswagen should know better.
Yeah. Now we've got to put it on. Is that belt done? Where did I just put that? Oh, there it is. Got it.
You baby, you got it.
You baby, you got it. I'm your Venus. I'm your mechanic.
Talking my bolts.
Put in the bolts right. It was leaking oil. It's not anymore. One of these feels a bit. A bit yummy. There we go, that's done. Right.
I might treat my coffee cup like it's its birthday tonight. I'm actually going to wash it.
You're gonna wash it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like washing the end of your stick.
The bucket will get clean.
The bucket. Right. Can you get me a 19mm socket, please? 19mm socket right now.
What provides you with one like 3/8 or
3/8, please. A 3/8.
Yeah.
3/8.
What was it? 19.
19.
Lovely.
19mm. I need right now.
Chubby fun stuff, there you are.
Boom. Something up to do up time. That's it. there we go. The only thing I haven't put in yet is the plate, because I want to see if it leaks. So I need to leave that, give it a little test drive, and see if we get any oil out of it. I also haven't put the belly pan on either, but we do that in an hour later date. Yeah, I haven't also put the belly pan on, but we can do that at a later date. I think it looks like it's got an oil leak there on the oil filter. Right, and that's how you put a sump on a 1.9 TD T4 transporter. This one's a 2001 or 2002 plate. 1.9, I think the engine code is an ABL. But that's it, simple as. I won't show you to put oil in it because that's really showing you how to like suck eggs, if you know what I mean. So, and I'll leave you with that. Thank you for watching. If it's been helpful, please like and subscribe, and we will go from there. Speak to you again soon.